Good morning, it's Jonathan Barrett with the Week Ahead Report, the War Report where we discuss basically what's coming out this week, some of the major news, some of the major economic indicators. We generally just go through, see what the trends are, see how they're going to change, and get us set right for the trading week. Before we do that, let's just have a bit of a recap as to what's happened on Friday, just to get ourselves in the mood. I guess when you look at it, the key bit here is the Dow. Positive night, up 125 points, 11,269. The S&P was up 6, the Nasdaq was up 15, so relatively positive. Top 50, strong nights again there. Top 50 was up 91, FTSE was up 157, CAC was up 124, and the DAX was up 200. Close to home, we had a positive night also, up 41 points, 4,180. Just remember that 4,240 on our local market. Good to see things a little bit more positive there. Okay, just having a look at some of the commodities now, and as we can see, still interesting stuff there with the crude up a fraction, 108.03 for Brent, West Texas 85.38. We did take profits on the crude position. We did have long, but I am thinking that I will take that back. But a little bit short at the moment, but let's see how that goes. In fact, sorry, we've been long crude. We took some profits, but I'm trying to get back into the market. Okay. Looking at I guess I've looked at the crude, looking at some of the commodities. Cotton up strong, 100, keep an eye on cotton. I do think that's something that's a bit of a standout. Wheat was down a fraction, just down 75 cents. Sugar down. Corn was up a half, 714.50. So steady ground. I guess on the copper, up 0.35 at 403. Gold down $8.92, 1742. Interesting there to see whether or not we're going into correction mode. And the silver up a little bit, up 44 at 39.11. Let's have a look at some of the other markets. In particular, let's have a look at the dollar index, 74.68, just going sideways at the moment. There is a propensity for the market wanting to try and push it lower. Seems to be holding okay. I guess our favourite position is on a break through these levels to test back to that top side of 77. Let's see how that unfolds. Onto the chart side also, as I said, mentioned on that gold, 1746, the spot, there it is there. Momentum indicators are a little bit overcooked, just be wary. Daily closed, not to a new high today. We'll actually send those indicators low and you'll probably get a bit of selling pressure coming in. On the currency, Aussie 103.66, volatility is there. Look, it's going to be volatile for some time. I think given the fact that we've got a little bit of concern in terms of Australian economics, particularly that unemployment number that pushed up to 5.1%, there will be cause for interest rates to stay on hold and or come under pressure. There are a few economists out there at the moment suggesting the next move for the RBA will be an interest rate cut. I think given what's happening in Europe and America, there is a high potential for that to occur. Okay, so that's the Aussie. Let's have a look at the SPY. There you can see that bit of a bounce there. Momentum indicators are good. Filling that gap up here to 42.50, 44, somewhere like that. See what happens from there, but definitely looking like it's filling the gap. There's the big range there, 5,000 on the top. We've got a lower end now, 3,700. Expect the market to trade within that range. So dip, I think, is the way to go for the SPY at the moment. Looking at the crude market, and we'll look at copper, then we'll move on to the events this week. Crude, as you can see, a great bounce. Quite happy with that trade. Good to see. I think the dips can be well supported on that. If you did take profits like us on Friday night on the long crude, then there will be an area to get in on any dips, so keep an eye on that one. Copper, litmus test for most economies, 400. I think it's the lower end of the range. I think you can have a look at buying it. It's held down here, 387, so chances now moves back to the top side. Your stop is below that area, okay, so below 385.88. 380, that's where your stop goes. So it's not a bad low-risk trading opportunity. Okay, they're probably pretty much the main ones. I will just have a quick look at the Dow there. I know we've skipped around in a funny way the various things, but there's the Dow, there's the volatility, unprecedented. Momentum indicators are on their low, so I would expect to be more supportive, but I think you can choose the best area to get in on a dip. Because this volatility is here, I think that being long is the right way to go, but long at what level? That's the key. And if you do go long, make sure you keep your powder dry because that volatility is around. Okay, let's have a look at what's coming out. This is a big week for economic data. This week I think will help us clear the path in terms of the direction that we think that we have to go in, and to me that's a good thing. Okay, the economies are going, so this should be a good week for that. Okay, let's start off. First of all, you've got some ticks data out of America, manufacturing as well. That sort of starts as new motor vehicle sales in Australia. On Tuesday, we've got the minutes. It'll be interesting to see whether they believe what we believe as well. Some data obviously in the UK and Eurozone. This is when it all starts. Building permits in the States, that's probably tier 1 there. Industrial production and capacity utilisation. That'll set the rate there, I think, for the price indexes, or a lot of the producer prices index on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, obviously tier 1 data comes in out of the States in terms of your CPIs. There they are, their CPI, consumer prices, leading indicators, existing home sales. So there's a lot on Thursday night. So that'll be where the market will trade to. And on Friday we have a little bit of data, but not too much. In fact, in America it's all pretty quiet. So as you can see, yeah, there's a lot of good data out this week. It'll help conclude what we're feeling about how the economies are actually moving, particularly in the States. There's still going to be a lot of volatility around debt issues, there's no doubt about it, but I think we are starting to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Equity markets are certainly favouring that as well. So if we get some positive economic data, then I think that could be quite conclusive that we are on a steady road, albeit very slow, to recovery. So I think that's it. It'd be interesting to see States picks up when Australia's going down, then that could also act as a positive thing for Australia. But that's about it from me. Have a good week. Happy trading. We'll talk to you later.